After a winter break that pleasingly seems to get shorter and shorter, we return to the stages for round 4 of the Protyre Autocare Circuit Rally Championship and our annual trip to Kent to the MGJ Engineering Brands Hatch Winter Stages. Leading the way out of the blocks on the opening stages will be Patrick O'Donovan. Sven Grube swapping the driving seat of his own Mini Rally Challenge car for the co-driver's seat this time out. They lead the way overall by 19 seconds by the end of the morning stages. Second at this stage was Michael Igoe and Will Atkins, defending champions and already in a good position to try and repeat that feat this season. They were going well on the slippery Brands Hatch circuit stages. It wasn't without incident though. They spin in a chicane later in the morning, losing around 10 valuable seconds. An impressive third place for now will be Richard Weatherly and Sean Leyland. The Citroën pair putting in some great times to round out the podium positions after the morning stages, just 6 seconds back from Igoe. As usual, this event would attract some pretty fast overseas competitors. Fourth at this stage was Stuart Maloney and Christian Yearwood. The former Rally Barbados winners shaking down the Skoda Fabia Rally 2 this weekend, and things looked to be going well. For John Stone and Rhys Stoneman, it was 5th place overall. They did a time penalty in the morning which did cause some concern, but that was later removed. The pair could get back to fighting for those championship points. Things were not going to plan though for John Griffiths and Emma Morrison. The former champions spinning the car on the slippery morning stages, ending up hitting the Armco with the rear of that Skoda. They'd cause some cosmetic damage, a bit of damage to the exhaust as well, but don't lose too much time, remarkably, lying in 6th place for now. And that will be a position that they share with Sean and Colin Quigley. Identical times after 4 stages, and the Fiesta pair going well with half of the event done. Joshua and Tamsin Davey will be the first of the rear-wheel drive crews here at Brands Hatch, leading the way in Class 5 in the Darien. They put in some good times in that Scud missile of a car to end up in 8th place for now in a competitive top 10. 9th at this stage will be the second of the Bayesian crews over from Barbados for this weekend, and indeed the second Maloney as well. Mark Maloney taking that position after 4 stages. Steve McNulty alongside this weekend. They were just 2 seconds off the Darien up ahead. And leading the way in Class 2 was the Evo pairing of Alfie Threlfall and Patrick Cross. They were just a single second back from Maloney on the leaderboard as well. Second in that class was Conor O'Brien, Jack Morton alongside. Conor coming back to rallying last season with a season in Ireland, and this weekend will be about getting to grips with the car after that winter break. And lying third in the class at this stage was Stephen Johansson and Colin Stevens in the Subaru. Third place in the class, an impressive 14th overall. The morning hadn't gone to plan for everyone though. We'd lose Bradley Carroll and Gareth Short when they got things out of shape on Paddock Hill Bend, ending up in the gravel, unable to get the car moving again. Unfortunately for them, there was more drama to come. They'd be followed closely by Ryan Fagan and Harry Walshaw in the Fiesta. They get things sideways, end up hitting the stricken Escort. Both crews not going anywhere and needing the stage to be stopped for the cars to be recovered. In Class 3, it was the lead for Alistair Stables and Neil Jones. The pair once again entertaining the crowds with the well-driven Chevette, and putting in a class lead with 16th overall for now. Meanwhile, making their trip over from Ireland for their first circuit rally would be Sean Walsh and Liam Egan. It was going well too, the pair ending the morning second in the class. But it was Martin Gibson and Abigail Summerfield who end the morning third in that class, lying in 25th place on the overall leaderboard as well for now. With the Davies leading the way in the Darien in Class 5, it would be second place for Andrew Dyer and Richard Bliss. The Escort pair lying in 12th overall. Just behind them in the class and overall positions were the Lotus pairing of Joseph and Daniel Duffy, just a single second behind at the midpoint of the event in the little sports car. Times would be close in Class 8, with Callum and Roland Francis leading the way in that class from 20th overall. And they'd have an 11-second lead in the class over Paul Sheard and Charlie Stevens in the MX-5. They'd be a few positions overall back in 24th, in fact. Third in the class was this pair, John and James Crook. The gap a little bigger, but still only 15 seconds at this stage in the rally. In Class 9, it was the lead for Martin Smith and Nicky Jackson, leading the way in the class from 48th on the overall leaderboard. And they'd have a 9-second lead over Jonathan Bray and Darren Stiles. But they'd have a 30-second penalty on the timesheets, which meant they'd have to settle for second in the class for now. And the gap back to third in the class was a little more sizable. Joshua and Ian Tatchell weren't going to make any advance on the results on merit alone, but they were happy enough in third place for now. Just the two crews to keep an eye on in Class 10, and the lead of that would go to Tom Grant and Josh Marsden. They were going well overall as well in 37th. And for Tom Marriott and Stephen Moises, it was second in the class, down in 51st place overall in the bright blue Spark Mini. So with the morning's 4 stages complete here at Brands Hatch, the leaderboard is starting to shape up like this. On to the afternoon and into the dark evening stages here at Brands Hatch, and there'll be no change for Tom Marriott and Stephen Moises. They end the event in 44th place overall, second in the class, and Tom's first finish in a senior rally in that Mini. Taking that Class 10 victory will be Tom Grant and Josh Marsden. They end the rally 32nd place overall as well. There was a bit of change in Class 9. We'd see Martin Smith and Nicky Jackson dropping back to second in the class, 42nd overall. And that meant that Jonathan Bray and Darren Stiles were able to move up into the lead of the class, making up for that earlier penalty to take the class win with 38th overall. In Class 8, it's Brian and Jack Sherritt taking third place in the class in the Peugeot 106. They end the day 27th overall despite a 1-minute penalty. Without that penalty, it would have put them ahead of Paul Sheard and Charlie Stevens on the overall times. But that wasn't to be this weekend. Let's not worry about what ifs. Sheard takes that second place and ends the event in 25th overall. No change to the lead of the class though. Callum and Roland Francis taking the Class 8 victory this weekend in the Escort. There was, however, some change in Class 5. We'd see James Slaughter and Terry Martin rounding out the podium positions in that class in the Escort. 18th place overall as well. For Mike Webb and Steve Noble, it was second in the class, moving up to that position through the afternoon and ending their event in 16th overall. No change to report at the top of Class 3, which Martin Gibson and Abigail Summerfield would be delighted with, taking third in the class, finishing in 20th overall in that BMW. And it had been a successful first visit to the rally for Sean Walsh and Liam Egan. Over from Ireland, they take second place in the class in the Escort, ending the rally 14th overall. No change in the class lead either. Alistair Stables and Neil Jones taking another dominant win in the class after that performance. The car looking and sounding every bit the part out there on the stages. It was third place in Class 2 for Stephen Johansson and Colin Stevens. They keep hold of that position throughout the afternoon stages, finishing just outside the overall top 10 in 12th place. A bit of a shake-up on the order sees us lose early leaders Patrick O'Donovan and Sven Grube. So we're on to the top 10, and it would be a move up to 10th overall for Conor O'Brien and Jack Morton, taking second place in Class 2 as well with that result. And it would also be a move up to 9th overall for George Sherman and Neil Coleman. The Skoda Rally 2 pair, one of a handful of the new cars that would make it into the top of the leaderboard. The ever sideways Alfie Threlfall and Patrick Cross had been battling with some issues throughout the day on the Evo. So it was just a relief to get to the finish, let alone taking 8th overall and with a first place in Class 2 finish for their efforts. No change to the top of Class 5. Joshua and Tamsin Davey keeping hold of that position to take the class win and a fantastic 7th overall. Fastest of the two-wheel drive crews this weekend with it. Mark Maloney and Steve McNulty, the Barbados regulars, would gain some positions through the afternoon to end the event in 6th overall in the Skoda. And it was the Irish pair of Sean and Colin Quigley bringing it home in 5th. A good end to the event for the pair who were right in the mix throughout the rally. It'd be damage limitation at the end of the day for John Griffiths and Emma Morrison. It sees them ending the rally 4th overall. It would have been good enough for 3rd of the championship cruise on the leaderboard, though, which at this stage of the season was crucial. There was frustration for Richard Weatherly and Sean Leyland, though. Their fantastic run would come to an end only a few miles from the finish as they retired the car. Such a shame when they were on for that striking podium result. So taking that final step on the podium will be John Stone and Rhys Stoneman. 3rd overall, but enough for 2nd in the championship standings for the polo pair. And for Stuart Maloney and Christian Yearwood, it was an impressive performance, and it was 2nd place overall on the rally. They weren't registered for championship points, of course, so wouldn't be on that podium. But the 2nd place overall was a great way to start off their season in the Skoda. But taking victory this weekend would be a delighted Michael Igoe. Will Atkins alongside as always. A great result for the pair, who take victory by 18 seconds at the end of a tricky event and move one step closer to defending their title. So with round 4 of the championship complete here at Brands Hatch, here's a reminder of how those overall results had been decided. Next up for the cruise in a few weeks' time will be Snetterton in Norfolk. We will of course be there for all of the live coverage and event highlights. For now though, thanks for watching.